What happened to those, supposedly?
Well, apparently there was two separate sites. My father was involved with site number one. There apparently was another site elsewhere, a short distance away. I never viewed the bodies. My father never viewed the bodies. All I know is what I've read about other people discovering that.
Ed?
Yes, when I spoke with Walter Hott, I asked him, well, did you see the bodies? And he said, no, but people who I knew saw it. He knew the pilot who presumably flew the bodies to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where they're put into what's called the Blue Room. And I have documentation from Barry Goldwater, ex-Senator Barry Goldwater, when he was head of the Armed Forces Committee. He tried to get into the so-called Blue Room at Wright-Patton, was denied admittance to it.
How come it's always somebody who knew somebody who was related by second? You know, nobody...
Yeah, but Barry Goldwater is a little different.
Well, I also have comments. Ed's going to be talking about Whitley Strieber, and the two ladies here recalled incidents as they were waking up from sleep. There's a phenomenon called hypnopompic hallucinations called waking dreams, which is very similar to the experience that you've had. And it happens to very sane people who would just fantasize and in the same time they're seeing reality.
So you don't think it really happened, it's just everybody's hearing everybody else's story and then they start to believe what they hear?
I think the physical evidence which has been mentioned, if it can be analyzed, is much more important than what these people recall under hypnosis, which can be...
John?
Yeah, do you think that the aliens will ever come back and check up on you, or their tests they've done on you or anything?
In other words, you guys have been chosen, all right? You say you've been chosen, so to speak. How many times have they been back, Cheryl?
Quite a few. Usually, unless a person's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, they come back repeatedly, and they will monitor a person throughout their lives. They're still messing with my parents.
Clark.
Do you think they're still monitoring you?
We had something happen about 6 to 8 months ago, yes, and it was a series, about 3 or 4 different incidents that were rapid fire. I woke up with marks. I woke up with a very large burn, third-degree burn, that totally blistered and had a huge scab on it. I woke up with constriction marks around my ankles that were so tight that it was bleeding.
Like you had been tied down? Or?
I don't know. As far as I know, I was sound asleep.
I believe they're finished with me, but if I had a child, I think it would start happening all over again.
Clark.
What special qualities do you ladies possess that would make you think that they would want you more than any other women or something like that?
Good. None. There's no reason. There's nothing that really makes an abductee stand out. They're all races, they're all religions, they're all types of people.
Colleen?
I'm a very pragmatic person, and I'm curious. I fell on a tack when I was 4 years old, and I'm considerably older than you are, and I still have a little scar there. It's never gone away. I'd be curious why yours would. Also, did you never go to a dentist as a child, that he would see the holes in your mouth? And what happened when you woke with all this blood, or if you weren't asleep, what did your mother do about all the blood all over you? Did it continue to bleed, or was that just
Well, they gave me a gown to wear, and that's where the blood went, and that was taken off me before they took me home. I think that they probably have a technique that makes things heal immediately, and I don't know why a dentist hasn't mentioned them. I've never had any cavities, so I haven't spent a lot of time in the dentist chair, but they're very visible, very deep.
That would be...
And they couldn't, and they couldn't, I mean, it couldn't be anything to do with the beginning of a cleft palate or any kind of medical reason for the holes in your...
We've been researching that, and we haven't found any reason for that.
Well, Ed has had an experience. Let's take a commercial break, because he's a journalist, but he believes, right after this.